Gemini, hi, it's Erin Scott here with the Alchemy of Holism. Let me just do some adjustment here. So it's still light enough. The sun has gone down over the hill. You can hear the peepers outside. Can you hear that? So these are the frogs mating. So you're the latest reading that I've done, actually. So those peepers are for you, okay? So I'm going to tap in. We're going to tap into the archetypal, the natural evolutionary growth arc for the Gemini archetype for this Taurus new moon cycle, mid-May, tomorrow, the 15th of May, through mid-June. It is happening alongside Uranus's ingress into Taurus. So it's Taurus new moon. Uranus moves into Taurus within 3 hours. Huge. Big revolutionary shift and change with manifest form over the next 7 years, okay? So I'm going to tap in to this, what pictures want to come through, what symbols want to come through, designating a growth edge, right? I love that you're getting the peepers. It's just great. Let me see if you can see. Yeah. They've been mating now for about 10 days or so. So what wants to come through for Gemini? I will say you got an arc before too. I think it was last month. It's like these rainbow kind of arcs. Last month you got kind of like this multi-layered arc. That's coming through again for you. So I don't know yet what that's talking about. Let me So I also have my pencils here that wow, Gemini, I'm getting something super specific for you, okay? Let me kind of draw a little bit of it and then we'll talk about it. Wow. Okay, so let me finish and then we'll talk about it, okay? Okay, so I'm going to stop there, but there might be more that wants to come through, okay? I'm going to talk a little bit quiet because my window's open. Okay, so for those of you old enough, you're going to know what I'm talking about when I say Close Encounters of the Third Kind, okay? So it was a movie that came out. It was a Spielberg film that came out in, I don't know, 1970, might have come out in 77, 78, or 79. I think Close Encounters was probably 79, something like that. Okay, so in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, there was this mountain in Wyoming. I think it's called Devil's Tower. That's what this is. Okay, Devil's Tower in Wyoming. I think it's called Devil's Tower. This is the mountain, and this is the greenery, the shrubbery at the base of the mountain. Okay, now this, what started as the arc for you, okay, wanted to be capped off, and it started to almost become like a jellyfish, but actually that's not what it became. This is like an alien ship. Now it's just a form, it's a simple saucer. But this saucer in blue, this is in blue, it's a little hard to see probably the colors, but this saucer with these beams, there's 4 beams coming down to the ground. And this is essentially next to this Devil's Tower, okay? Now down here is like a big billboard. There's a sign here. It's huge. It's like 2 poles, you know, rooted into the ground, but some sort of a billboard there. What it's saying, I don't know. I want to pull some cards for you, actually. I was gonna wait to pull the cards for the growth edge, but I'm actually gonna pull a couple of cards for you, all right? Now, the other thing that I'll say is that the different signs, as I designate them up here with the name of the sign that I'm channeling, different forms show up underneath, right? For you, this is in yellow. There's a gold here. And it's almost like there's a flag here. Do you see that? There's a line here, and there's this shape, and then there's a couple like stripes. But it's almost like a flag. And what I get from this is that there could be some affiliation, some nationalistic association or group affiliation. There's something there. You might be, a lot of you might be either identifying a lot with some affiliation that you're connected with, whether it be a church or in some religious affiliation, or a corporate affiliation, or a government affiliation, or a national affiliation. But you're either associating more this month because it's underneath your name. So it's like an identity, an association. You're identifying. A lot of you are either identifying with a certain association or you're questioning it. Okay? Now, before we talk about this, let me pull up a couple cards and just see what wants to come for this. I want to see if anything wants to come for the sign. I do think that it's actually representing signs, like look for signs. Look, pay attention, wake up. Heighten your discernment and heighten your vision. That's actually what I'm getting. But let me pull a couple cards as well. So this is the Siri deck, okay? Wow, Gemini, I love that you're getting, I have to tell you, sweeties, you're getting no as well. Now, this is a 144 card deck, okay? So Cancer just got no. This is about negativity. This is about not seeing. This is about things not happening or a focus on that which is not happening. It could be talking about a focus on the lack. Let me just set that there for a minute. And I'm going to pull another card. Let's see what else wants to come. By the way, this could be talking about a Cancer in your life. So for those Geminis out there that have a strong Cancer in your chart, this message is definitively for you. For those Geminis out there, this could be talking about a Cancer in your life, okay? Or both. It's always both and, by the way. It's never just the other. It's always both and. So let me see if anything else wants to come here. For the sign. Oh, Gemini, this is so juicy. Life is delicious. Okay, no reflection. This is talking about negative reflections. See the signs. I'm getting chills right now. See the signs. So understand that reflections that are coming back to you that are negative are a reflection of an inner reality. As within, so without. So if you're getting a lot of a certain kind of reality that continues in a pattern to come back to you, and it triggers you, you better believe it's a reflection of your own narrative. You have that lives and is the dynamic within you. If you're seeing negativity out there, it's a reflection. It's a reflection. So the sign here is saying, wake up and understand that life is just only ever your perception mechanism of your internal reality. Your internal reality is the bubble through which, it's the filter through which you view life. So there's something here, Gemini, about this month, mid-May to mid-June, you are to understand that the negativity you see out there in the world, by the way, in the world at large, but also in your personal life with your personal interactions, is a reflection. It only ever is. It's only ever a reflection. So for you, this month, you are to understand. Now, what I also want to say is that you are to also see the signs out there, meaning pay attention to nature, okay? Once you wake up, once somebody wakes up to the intelligence of living systems and the cooperative nature of living systems, you better believe that it talks back, because you see it then. And once it gets seen, it engages. And that's when the feedback loop happens. So look for the signs. Now, here we have this alien ship up here, right? In blue. Now, blue can represent spirituality. It can represent the spiritual realm. Look for signs above you. And look for signs in the out-of-the-box arenas that you're not used to looking in. We're moving into a whole new way of being human. In the next at the end of this 7-year cycle, everybody, we're not going to be the same as we were at all. Okay? This is huge, Gemini, because, and the mountain, let's talk about the mountain. Now, this is, I think it's called Devil's Tower. And I mean, in the movie, because what happened was Close Encounters of the Third Kind was really coming to me strongly for you. And there's a particular scene toward the end of the film where Richard Dreyfuss and Terry Garr and, you know, the characters in the film, they're going to the mountain because there's going to be contact being made and there's going to be communication coming. So what I want to say to you is connect with nature. Connect with nature this month. Your growth edge is to wake up, okay? Your growth edge is to understand, to look with fresh eyes, to see the intelligence in living systems. Go to nature, connect with, see all this green here? This is about, nature has information for you. Go to nature, connect with a higher, even mountains. It could be that mountains actually are going to be really good for you this month. Connect with height. Look up. That's the other thing that I want to say to you, Gemini. Look up. Look up, because something wants to talk to you, right? And this is not to be feared, right? It's all a reflection. So understand the negativity or the lack of seeing or the pessimism, because this no is talking. Now, the card says no, blessing in disguise. So what this, when I created this card, what this card is talking about is when things don't work out, there's a reason for it. There's always a function for it. It doesn't happen randomly. Life doesn't happen randomly. Our soul doesn't manifest our reality randomly. It serves some function. So focusing on the negative as a negative lack is a mistake. It's unnatural. It's not right. It's not correct. It's not right thinking. It's always a blessing in disguise because it's serving some bigger function. Your job is to see that. Your job is to see the whole. Your job is to not focus on the little things that aren't working or that you perceive are not working in your favor. And your job is to see the whole, look up, connect with nature, look up, see the signs. Okay? That's what I want to say. Now, I am going to pull another card for you. Okay? Now, this is here, but I want to pull another, I want to pull the main growth edge for you in addition to that. Okay? Very juicy. Really good. Okay, now for those of you that want to understand what your soul's encoding is, what's your narrative, what is your mastery trajectory, go to the alchemyofholism.com. The link is below. Go to my website. Look at my services. It's time to connect with who you are. Even if you don't do it with me, do it with somebody, because you have to understand your encoded narratives in order to understand your wound sets that are here to grow you and the mastery trajectory. It's critical. If you don't do it now, do it soon, because life is going to be shifting and changing. You must understand yourself, know yourself, stay grounded. Okay? For those of you interested in following my May Mastery, my diet and wild food foraging this month to cleanse, to align, you can follow me on Instagram. I post daily. For those of you that want weekly potions, the astrology, the symbology, and guidance for the weeks ahead, and bi-weekly card pulls, you can become a patron for $11 a month and join us for weekly live streams. The links are below. So the main growth edge for Gemini for this month, and touching on the next 7-year cycle as well. Wow, beauties. Look at this. Past is coming up. Past. The past will be coming up. I have to tell you, this definitely came up. The theme of past also came up for Cancer. I have a feeling a lot of times when I do the Cancer reading or the Gemini reading, they talk to each other. I don't know why that is, but it's been going on for a while. What I want to say is, for those of you Geminis that have a lot of Cancer in your chart or vice versa, these are talking again to you. So watch both. Watch both, because nostalgia is coming up for Cancer and the past is coming up for your growth edge this month, mid-May to mid-June, okay? I think, I mean, especially with this coming up, everybody, hi, honey. My cat is making some cries here. So some of you might be crying about the past, okay? I have to say, with no coming up, also for Cancer and for you, and with past coming up and nostalgia coming up for them, it's the same. So there's a similar theme coming up for both of you, okay? And what I want to say is, the sign is about understanding that negativity is a reflection, okay? It always is. Exterior life is always a reflection of what's within, especially if we're triggered by it. If we're triggered by it, it's a wound. If something anchors us, it's a wound. It's our own. It's our own. Here, though, this is coming up for you to grow and mature and evolve this month, Gemini. This is about ceasing to blame others from your past, to point the finger to others from the past, to blame situations for being a victim in the past. This is about staying in present moment reality. Your freedom lies in your present moment awareness. By the way, that's come up for several signs over the course of the cycle, which is unsurprising. But you definitively are working with the past. You need to have compassion for it and let it go. Release the past. It's unnatural to stay hooked in your mind to a reality that is gone, okay? This is about healing it, honoring it. It was valid, and let it go. Let it have its life there. It's time for you to live your life now, here, okay? Be here now, as Ram Dass says. So beauties, I have to say it's very aligned. The sign is aligned. The message here with the past is aligned. Okay. So I'm wishing you all a really healthy, grounded month of evolution. The alchemyofholism.com to find more information, Patreon to get weekly support, live stream support. Follow me on Instagram to dive into a dietary alignment process that I'm in right now. And I send you love. I'll talk to you again next month, everybody. Bye.